Hi, and welcome to your 30-minute yoga practice. So, these sessions are geared as a support practice to all of you who are working really hard on your bodies, perhaps recovering, or just needing to take it a little bit easy on a particular day. Today's session is specifically aimed at helping you release hips and hamstrings. So, that's all around the pelvic bowl area, front and back, on the sides, on the insides, looking to just get a little bit of relief. But as I always say, not really isolating the body, allowing a full overview of the whole body, so that we know very often there's one part that feels more stiff and it's actually linked to another part in the body. So making sure that we move the spine in all directions, making sure that we do a check-in from head to toe, and then we'll focus a little bit extra. We'll have a little extra focus on those hamstrings and on the hips. So you can see I've got my blocks and my strap ready. Please make sure that you have that ready as well. If you do have blocks, if you've got weights that have quite a big surface, you could use them standing upright. Otherwise, books can work quite well. Anything that has a little bit of height, you've got two of them that are the same height. And then, of course, if you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a scarf works quite well. Anything like that. But good morning to those of you who are here. I'm going to get our link out. Looking forward to this morning's practice very much. And it's a beautiful day here. How lucky am I? I think it's Amy putting the link out here already. I'll put it out there anyway. Oh, there's Amy. Thank you, Amy. Thinking of the exact same thing at the same time. All right, let me get to the page so I can see your comments. We'll get going in just over 10 minutes. Guys, I have had the busiest week. So many things going on at this time, and actually just trying to take a bit of a break when I'm able to. Hi, Ivor. Good morning, Pat. Gavin, good morning. Welcome, everyone. Lovely to see all your names here. Of course, we had our challenges start this week. We had the courses launch this week, and it's really been amazing. We had the accountability groups launch this week, and it's been so amazing getting to know more members of the community. So I think very often, obviously we get our extroverts and our introverts in life, and a lot of people who I've not really met before, whether that be in person or online, who I'm getting to know now in the community because of the groups, because of the challenges and the courses. It's really, really been great. So please, if you are on one of those groups and you've not met me, feel free to say hi, and I would love to get to know more of you. We have about 10 minutes to go before we get started. How is everyone feeling? Anyone who's here, I would love to know which challenge, which course are you part of, and how are you finding it? We are on day 3, and this is how it flies. Tomorrow's race day again. Of course, those of you on the courses are going to do module 3 today, which I really hope you enjoy. I put that together, and it really is. So it's about following on module 2 of the nervous system and how we can use specific practices to regulate our nervous system. Noel, good morning. Lorraine, good morning and welcome. How are you all feeling? I want to see comments in the comments, please, so that I can see how you guys are all doing. Nancy, good morning. Busy with a Fit for Love with Edgar, and it is awesome. Team Kung Fit Fighters. I love that name, Nancy. That is awesome. Just done Dom Box Day 3. Ready for some yoga, Lynn. I can imagine. I actually took yesterday off because I wasn't feeling too bright. I'm gonna see how I feel today. But I know day one was it was hectic, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Dom and Greg made us work on that day one. Noel, wedding plans. So many plans. So many plans. So many things happening, guys. It is insane. But yes, they are coming along. Lots of emails, lots of decisions being made. It's only 90 days left before the wedding, so that's pretty insane. I actually can't believe it. And 90 days is not a lot. Uh, Lorraine, good morning. Shuri, good morning. Pat, good morning. Noel says my hips are always stiff. Well, I can imagine we're always all working so super hard on our bodies. Excuse me. Or sometimes we're not. Sometimes we're doing a 9 to 5 job and we have to sit at a desk the whole day, or you're driving for long periods of time. It's all about the way you sit at your desk. Do you sit cross-legged? Do you make sure that you switch the cross of your legs as you sit there throughout the day? So I know I always cross left over right, and I catch myself every time. It's that habitual pattern. It's that habitual patterning in the body. So I always try and be very aware and conscious of how I'm sitting. And then when you actually switch your legs, you go, oh my word, that's actually quite a stretch then. So finding that balance in your day to day. Good morning, Dami. Good morning, good morning. Lorraine also completes Mandy and Edgar. Such fun. They are such fun. They are so, so funny. I can't even. I'm Shuri feeling awesome, amazing. Hinda, dis is so lekker om jou hier te hê by die lives. Woke up with a sore throat, so this will be my only exercise for the day. Hinda, I feel you, girl. I feel you. Um, I wish it was only, I wish I could only do this today, but I've got a million things I've got to do. So going to take it easy, going to take it slowly. But I mean, it's been a year already. It's been a hectic year already. January started off with a bang. I was in and out of Cape Town this weekend. Really big things. A lot of adrenaline going through the body with a kitchen tea and the bachelorette excitement and singing and crying and all of that together. It's a lot. It's a lot. So just going to be building on my body this week, going to be fueling it with vitamins and minerals and healthy food and as much sleep as possible. My sleep has been terrible, terrible. And you guys know, A, how much I love sleep, and B, how much we need sleep. I was thinking about it yesterday. Oh, let me first say hi. Morning, Sandra. Lorraine, good morning. Azra. Guys, Azra is such a queen behind the scenes. Some of you might have met her at the 26-hour workout. And Azra, I know you spend so much time behind your screen, so this is going to feel amazing for you, babe. Amazing, amazing. Lauren, good morning. Barbara, good morning. Hi, lovely Sharon. Visal, good morning. Enjoy the catch up. Enjoy the catch up. Yeah, so I was actually thinking about those of you who have done the More Calm, Less Stress course. One of the modules is about sleep. And I kind of kick it off by saying, like, one of the most effective methods of torture is sleep deprivation. So, I mean, if you watch like CSI or any of these kind of Hollywood stories, there's kind of always, like someone they'll like keep awake and spray with water or whatever it is. That is, it starts to make us delirious. It gives us brain fog. It gives us memory loss. It stops us from being clear. It stops our body from functioning properly. So sleep is so, so, so important. And I will always, always, always remind you guys of that. Seema, good morning. Gina, lovely to have you here at this live. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Max, you want to come say hi? Bridget, good morning. Mo, that's a lovely face to see here. So, guys, as you can see, I have my yoga blocks and my strap handy. If you do not have it, it's fine. But especially those of you who are beginners, I would highly suggest You can get foam blocks from like Sportsman's Warehouse or Mr. Price. Come here. Psh, psh. You want to say hi? Maggie wants to say hi. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. She loves it when I'm outside because then she gets to be outside. Because otherwise, she's like too nervous to be outside. Say hi to the peoples. Love of my life. Don't tell Neil. um, so if you don't have yoga blocks, I can highly suggest getting some because they're just amazing tools. They're amazing tools to help you find the foundations of your poses, to support you in the poses, but as well as help you to take your practice deeper. And the same with a strap. Isn't she the most beautiful? She's the most beautiful. Sarah, good morning. Enjoy this on your rest day. Perfect time to do it. Guys, so much going on. Remembering that we are in that month of love, move for love. We've got our challenges going, we've got our courses going. Making sure that you're uploading your pics to the app, that you're logging your dots, and that you're getting that 5 out of 7. Doing it all together so you're not alone in this. And we're on week 2 of the month. We're on week 1 of the challenges, etc. So really, every week is a new opportunity. Every day is a new opportunity. You still got 5 days left of this week. So why not? Make sure you make the most of them. Lisa Marie, good morning and welcome. Let me just check our time. We've got about 3 minutes to go before we get started. You guys must just ignore if I have a bit of a snotty nose. I will try and not talk with that the whole time, but you all know how it goes. When we get busy, sometimes our systems go down a little bit, and that's very normal. And then it's all about how do we look after ourselves and not just power through and ignore it. Like, yes, there are things to do. Like, I've kind of not been feeling well for a day or two, but I have things to do yesterday. So I did my things, did my admin, and then when I knew I needed to rest, I took some rest. That's why I wasn't at the GFTV last night, because I just needed some downtime. So I'm sorry I didn't see you guys there. I heard it was absolutely amazing. Gabriella, good morning. Still dark in Hamburg. I can imagine, Gabriella. Isn't it about, are you guys 2 hours behind or in front? I never know how it works. But it's 5 at you now, or is it 6 at you now? But well done for being up for the 7 a.m. session. Karen, good morning. Enjoy the catch up. Joyce, good morning, lovely. Judy, welcome. Natasha, welcome. Lovely to see you all here for the session live. It is the best for me. Oh, 1 hour behind. Okay, that's not too bad. Up for a 6 a.m. Not too bad, not too bad. But well done for being here. It is okay. We've still got those 2 minutes. Perfect, 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 perfect. Before we get started, I want to have a quick show of hands. 2 or 3 of you have already said what you're busy with at the moment. I want to hear quickly. We've got about a minute or 2 left. I want to hear quickly if you're on a challenge, or if you're not on a challenge, do you have a goal for this month of February? Because we're in week 2. Share that in the chats. And it doesn't have to be even exercise related or work related. It could just be something personal. Maybe it's to be more positive. Maybe it's to have more energy. Maybe it's to be a little kinder to yourself. I would love to hear if there are any specific intentions that you guys are working with at the moment. Not behind 1 hour ahead. Yes, I was saying I don't know how that works. Vicky, good morning. So for me personally, my intention for this year, and we spoke about this in January, was slow living. So slow living doesn't mean lazy living, but slow living, doing things at a slower pace, being more precise, being more aware, being more conscious of what I'm doing. Natasha is doing Box for Love to be more focused. Natasha, that is amazing, because if you're not focused in those sessions, you're not going to know what you're doing. Gina, the goals, toning my arms, talking kindly to myself, not being so negative. Gina, that is incredible. And Gina, I can suggest doing a little bit of research. Go research how many thoughts a human has per day and how many of those thoughts are negative. It's mind-blowing. Visal, intention is to just be okay. That is beautiful, Visal. I love that. Lisa Marie, intentional living, listening to my body, progress if it's even if it's slow, pace myself, breaking bad habits. Guys, this is so amazing. You are fueling me for the day. Spending more time with my daughter, the balance of life. That is incredible, everyone. That is incredible. I absolutely love that. Oh, on that note, I think let's get started. So this morning's practice is going to be a little different in the sense that where you normally might have the short side of your mat, like looking at me, standing with the short side of your mat, I want you to have your mat like mine, where it's side to side, so that you can face me. Those of you who are here because you saw the photo that I posted, our wide-legged standing forward fold, we are going to start in that pose. So I know a few of you were already laughing at that and saying how that pose alone is enough to make your hamstrings scream. Well, I want you to bring yourself into a nice wide-legged straddle. We're not going to fold forward yet, but taking your feet nice and wide, take your arms out to the side, and then just have a look and try and bring your ankles underneath your wrists. So here you might already start to feel a little bit of a stretch in and around the pelvis, maybe the inner line of the legs. And I want you to relax your shoulders down, spread through your fingers, start to squeeze into the thigh muscles, and just stand nice and tall. So feel the weight equally between the right and the left side of the body. Have your toes facing forward. And then we're going to bring our arms all the way up. Reach up as tall as you can. Bring your palms to touch. And then slowly slide the hands down into your heart space. We're going to close the eyes. And we've all just had that little chat of what is your intention at the moment. I want you to think about that intention now. Maybe repeat it to yourself 3 times. All right, and then you can open the eyes when you're ready. Again, allow the arms to lower either side of you. We're going to bring the arms up again, palms facing one another. This time we're going to take a little side stretch. So place your right hand on your right thigh and start to lean over to the right, only as far as you can go. I want you to keep the hips facing forward. Roll your right rib cage underneath your left. And this palm, your left palm is facing down. Reach it over just a little more. Legs are strong. Legs are super switched on. Nice. Come back up to center. And we'll switch. So left hand to left thigh. Right palm is facing down. And you're reaching it up and over. As you can see, I'm trying to get into almost like a diagonal line from my right ankle up the right side of the body to the right shoulder. And then I start arcing a little further with that arm up and over. What I like about using this left hand on the left thigh is if you press into that left hand, you can maybe roll the right side of the chest up a little more. Take one more breath here. Well done. And bring both arms all the way up. We're going to bend the knees for this first little forward fold. Okay, so keeping the toes facing forward pretty much. You're going to bend the knees quite a lot. We're going to bring the elbows onto the thighs. You can bring your palms to touch and see if you can get into this position. So move really easy. If your hips are tight, this might feel a little challenging. That's perfectly fine. And staying here with the elbows on the thighs with the knees bent, I want you to curl your chin all the way in. Nice. All right, well done. Keep your knees bent, lift your chest and bring your hands to the floor. We're going to walk into a lunge. Oh, here's a massive helicopter. We're going to walk into a lunge over to your right. So lift yourself up if you need to. Rearrange your feet so that if I drew a line down the middle of your mat, your right foot would be to the right and your left foot would be to the left. We're going to lower that left foot down. Front knee stacked above its ankle. We're going to reach the arms up, interlace your fingers, and then try and straighten the arms up above the head. So now we're looking to get into the front of that left hip, left thigh, left hip flexor. What's important here is that you keep your hips facing forward and try and shorten the area between your pubic bone and your navel. So shorten that area and you'll feel that that increases the stretch. Some of you might sink a little bit deeper into the lunge. All right, and then we'll split the hands. You're going to raise your left knee up off the mat. Okay, so this is going to be the tricky work today for some of you, is these back and forth, side to side. So if you need to move as you need to, if you need to bring yourself all the way up, rearrange, step the feet, and then bring yourself down, feel free to do that. This is your practice and you know your body better than anyone else. Find the right and left feet on parallel tracks, front knee above its ankle, press into the feet and raise up. Same thing here, we're going to interlace the fingers, but the second finger on top, so I hope you remember which one was on top in the first round, so we balance it out. Reach the arm, draw the rib cage in. Feel as though you're rolling your inner right thigh backwards. All right, inner right thigh backwards. Activate into that right glute. Shorten the space between pubic bone and navel and reach your arm up. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Well done. And then the hands are going to come down. Going to lift this right knee. We're going to come back to our straddle pose as we started. Check here that you have a heel to heel alignment. Bend the knees if your hamstrings are tight. All right, I want you to lift the sit bones away from the back of the knee. So in other words, if I show you from the side, I don't want you to have straight legs and then you're here from the floor. All right, I want you to rather bend the knees. You can even bring your hands to your pelvis. See now how I can find length through the lower back. Okay, so you can bend the knees, find length through the spine, then hands can come down. Then you start to settle lower, middle, upper back, and then the neck last. Those of you who have a little more space in the back line, you might then straighten out the legs. See how you go. But again, if you are working your body really hard, guys, you are not going to have that much flexibility. You are training, you are shortening and strengthening the muscles. This is for relief. This is to create some space in the body, okay? So don't get frustrated with yourself. Be kind. So arms are just relaxing down. You're just taking that inversion. If it's too much being up down like this, you can take a halfway lift and you just lift the chest a little bit. Let's take a couple more breaths here. All right, and then we'll take a lift. We're going to move into a lunge again. So moving all the way over to your right. We're going to lower the left knee down. Getting a little deeper into the hips. Runner's lunge, we're going to take the right foot out to the side. Hands down to the inside of the right leg. Tuck your back toes under at first and raise your left knee off the floor. Suck the lower belly in and imagine that you're squeezing your inner thighs towards one another. All right, then we'll lower that back knee down. You can maybe slide it slightly backwards. Okay, so those of you who are struggling to get the hands to the floor, this is where you'll use your yoga blocks. This is where they'll come in handy. Okay, you can untuck the back toes. You could just stay here. Same thing as our previous lunge. I want you to roll that inner back thigh backwards, little squeeze into that left glute. All right. And then for the last couple breaths, if you like, you could come down onto your elbows. So watch this front foot as well. Your front foot is in line with your front knee. It's pointing out in the same direction. And then everyone curl the chin in. Take a couple breaths. Nice, well done. Hands down to the mats. Back knee lifts. Again, any way you need to do this. We're going to go all the way to the second side. So you can see we're getting nice bit of mobility work going in the hips. Tricky stuff, this. All right, left foot out to the side, hands to the inside. You can be on your blocks. Back toes are tucked under. Raise the right knee off the mat. Roll your inner right thigh up to the ceiling. So you're keeping your hips quite level. Left toes are turned out in the same direction as left knee. And then that back knee, you can maybe slide a little further back. Untuck the toes. Stay here for a couple breaths. Press gently into the inner side of that front foot. So your left knee isn't just kind of flopping out to the side. You're not hanging in your flexibility. There's that little bit of co-contraction around the hips. So we are holding some muscles around the hips to support, and then some are stretching. Last few breaths, you can come down onto your elbows if you like, curl your chin in. All right, so then you'll bring yourself back up onto your hands. Tuck your right toes under. We're coming back into our straddle pose. Okay, so take your time here. Let's actually all bring ourselves all the way up. Bring your hands to your hips. Reset, readjust, realign. All right, release the arms down. As we started, inhale, arms up. Bring your palms to touch. Slide your hands all the way through your center. Try keep that balance between left and right. Bend the knees if you need to keep the spine nice and long. You're going to bring yourself into a little halfway lift. Hands under shoulders. Bend those knees if you need to. All right, taking a little stretch to the side. You're going to start to move over to your right leg. So you can reach right hand for right muscle. Okay, you can maybe reach your left hand. Even if you're a little taller and you're on your thigh, that's fine as well. You're just going to move over to that right thigh. Some of you might take your hands all the way down to that right ankle, bringing those towards shin. So just see how you go. We're going to take a couple breaths here, lifting through the lower belly, and then see if you can relax the head a little more and relax the face. And then listen to your body. Take a couple breaths here. Feel where it is that the body's going, like, ooh, that's very tight, that's very stiff. And then can you just soften around that area? Instead of forcing a stretch there or finding this ego that is kind of disappointed or, anything like that, our practice is not a punishment. All right, let's release. Well done. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Take a big sigh out. Let that go. We move to second side. So again, I'll show you. If you're not going down as deep, you could simply just twist to your left and see how that goes. Maybe you slide the hands to the left muscle. Maybe hands go all the way down. Maybe legs are straight and you're drawing yourself in. And if your legs are straight, your thighs are firm. Ground through the outer edges of the feet, everyone. Maybe lift the toes for a moment so you activate through the arches of the feet. All right, well done. And then we'll bring ourselves all the way back to center. We're going to move over to this right leg. We're going to step right leg back for a downward dog. So if you need to lower your left knee, step back, set up your hands, find a downward dog. And then here we're just going to pace out the legs a little one at a time, bending and stretching, seeing if you can bring that heel a little closer to the floor with each round, and making sure you're not holding your breath. So breathe. All right, then we're going to move into our pigeon pose. I want you to move really slowly here. You're going to bring your left knee behind your left wrist. And then your left ankle is going to go over to the right. And you can lower your right knee. All right, so some of you might be really high here. You can untuck your back toes. So this front shin will most likely be quite diagonal. That's perfectly fine. Okay, if you want to deepen it a little more, you'll take that back foot a little further back so that this front shin starts to work itself a little more parallel to the frontage of your mat, but that's quite deep. If you've got a lot of space between your left buttock and the ground, pop your yoga block or a cushion underneath it. Okay, like we've been doing in all our poses, back thigh, inner thighs rolling up to the ceiling. All right, so you could stay here. I want you to support yourself on your hands or on your blocks. Some of you might go down onto the elbows. Everyone curl the chin, relax the head down. And some of you might reach the arms all the way forward. We meet the intensity of the pose with the depth of our breath. Alright, and then we'll lift up, hands under shoulders. We're going to make our way back into our downward dog. So if you can, you're pressing and you're lifting straight into your down dog. Otherwise, you might just slide this foot back, range, find your down dog. We'll take that to the second side. So right knee behind right wrist. Right foot over to the left. Step that left foot slightly back. Right. Inner left thigh wrapping up to the ceiling. You can look towards that back foot. Press the top of your left foot into the mat. Make sure your left ankle isn't buckling. And if you're quite high, again, place something underneath your right buttock so you're supporting yourself. You want your hips rolling forward, facing forward. Stay here if you did that on the first side. Okay, if you went down onto your elbows, you'll go down onto your elbows. And if you went all the way fully forward, you'll take yourself forward. Alright, then let's take a little lift. We're all going to meet on our belly. So slide this right back. Bring yourself down into your Sphinx pose. Getting into the front of the legs a little more quickly. We're going to bring right hand over to the side. Left heel towards your bum. See if you can reach for that outer left ankle. Okay, but I want you to roll that left hip down. For some of you, this is going to be enough. Just trying to get hold of that back foot. Okay, look back if you need to. If you can go a little deeper, hand to the inside. And then some of you might even get your fingertips over that foot. The heel comes to the outside of the left hip. And you're rolling your shoulder forward. Just 2 more breaths here. Well done, release. And we'll switch. Left hand to the right, right heel to buttocks. See if you can reach back for that right ankle. You don't have to go super deep. You could stay here. I know it's a lot, but I want you to focus here on rolling your right hip down. Okay, if you took it a little deep on that first side, you'll do so on the second side. Okay, to avoid that lower back pain, press your pubic bone down, press your right hip down. You're going to feel the stretch more in that right quad and right hip flexor. Well done, release. All right, we're going to find a little wide knee child's pose. So press into your hands, bring your big toes to touch, separate your knees nice and wide, and bring yourself down to your child's pose. Alright, and then we'll lift the chest. You're going to bring yourself to lay all the way down on your back. Make sure that you have your strap nearby. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt, you can use a scarf. You're going to lay yourself all the way down. Let's meet with the thighs to the chest. You can give yourself a nice little squeeze. Alright, and then a little bit of outer hip work and inner hip work. Actually, you're going to move into our happy baby. It's also nice for the hip flexors. Split the knees, flex the ankles, bring the hands to the outer edges of the feet. If you can't reach the outer edges of the feet, you're going to take the outer thighs. So knees are at 90 degrees as much as possible, ankles are at 90 degrees. So we're protecting those two joints by activating them, flexing them so that the opening comes from the hips and that we don't take it in the knees or the ankles instead. All right, going to release your feet. Keep the knees at 90. See if you can cross your legs. For some of you, you're going to stay right here, left over right. Okay, try keep your knees in your midline. If that's enough for you, stay here. You could just hold the back of your thighs, spine nice and long. Some of you might be able to take the shins. So now you're taking your right foot to the left and your left foot to the right, but your knees and ankles stay at 90. And then some of you might lift, reach for the outer edges of the feet. Split the legs apart, or split the feet apart rather, and then really press lower spine down to the floor. Deep breaths here. Sigh out through the mouth if you need. Well done. Slowly release. Unravel, find your happy baby again. And then we switch. Keep the knees at 90. Work to cross your legs. If that's enough for you, just work right leg all the way over left. Squeeze the thighs a little closer to you. Or hold onto your outer ankles, taking left ankle to the right and right ankle to the left. Reach for the outer edges of the feet, splitting the legs or splitting the feet a little further away from one another. All right, well done. And then let's release. Reach for your strap. You're going to strap the balls of the feet. Okay, so you're not in the arch of the foot. You're not on your heels. You're on the balls of the feet. And you're trying to work your legs straight. Don't worry if they're not straight. Feel that the upper back, middle back, and lower back are grounded and equally through the right and left side of the spine. Going to keep left foot in the strap, place right foot down. If this is enough, you're simply going to stay here. I want you to have a look at that left leg. Look at that left foot and draw down through the outer line of that left foot. So you're not buckling through the ankle and drawing more through the big toe side of the foot. Draw down through the outer line of that leg. Feel the difference. If you want a little more, extend right leg forward, flex right ankle, extend right heel away from you. Alright, so we're going to keep the strap in the left hand now. Externally rotate this left leg. This movement comes from the left thigh, right? So now the toes will be facing out. Right hand can come onto right hip. If your knee's bent, this is fine. You can allow that right leg to maybe soften into a little half butterfly pose. Okay, and you're slowly going to open up that left leg to the side as far as you can go. Support yourself with a strap. Getting into inner line of the thigh now. Beautiful. Wake up that left thigh. Use the strap to bring the leg up. And then I want you to switch into your right hand. If your right leg is still bent, you need to straighten that now. Left hand comes onto left hip area to keep your left buttocks glued to the mat. So you're not rolling into a twist. You're simply taking your left leg over your midline. So take your left leg as far as you can to the right without lifting your left buttock. And then we'll go into our twist. So now allow yourself to roll onto your right hip. Left arm can open out to the side and right foot can go over to the left. Well done. Bring that left leg up and we're going to switch. Right leg in the strap, left foot down again. If that's enough for you with the left knee bent for now, keep it bent. But if you straightened on the first side, you'll straighten on your second side. Pull down to the outer edge of that right foot. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Relax your face. And remember, we don't want to feel pain here. No pain. Intensity, yes, but definitely no pain. Right, strap in the right hand. Left hand to left hip. You can keep that left knee bent for this shape if you like. The thigh externally rotates, and then the knee will follow, and the ankle and the foot will follow. Taking that leg out to the side. Keep that left buttocks nice and heavy. Also remembering when we look to stretch or create space in the muscle, you always want to feel it in the belly of the muscle. So never in the origin or insertion points around joints. All right, let's bring that right leg back up. If your left knee is bent, straighten it. Put the strap in the left hand. Right hand helps to keep the right hip secure as you take the right leg over to the left, but don't lift the right buttock here. So it's a different opening from the twist. You'll feel this strongly on the outer edge of this right leg. All right, and then let's open that right arm and you'll roll onto left hip, moving all the way to the twist. Try roll your right hip down away from your right armpit and try make your right shoulder blade nice and heavy. Okay, from here you can simply take the strap off that right foot. Bring yourself back to center. Squeeze both thighs to chest. Kind of squeeze everything back in. And then we'll take a little rock up to sit. So you can rock forward or you can simply roll to the side. Bring yourself into a cross-legged seat. If you can't sit cross-legged, butterfly pose is always an option. And then as we started, reach the arms up, take a nice full breath in. Bring your palms to touch and bring your hands to your chest. Closing the eyes. Take a moment to think of your intention again. If you'd like, repeat that to yourself 3 times. And then take a moment just to thank yourself for showing up, and even when the work is hard and the work is tough, knowing that it's the times that we don't want to be on our mats that are the times that we most likely need it most. Take a moment just to thank your body. And I thank you all for joining. You can open your eyes when you're ready. Well done, everyone. If you're doing this on catch up, remember to leave a comment. Let me know you were here. Let me know how it went. So just tag me in it, because sometimes when people just comment, I lose the comments and I don't see the thread. So tag me in it. And everyone here live, thank you for joining. Hope that you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed the view. And I hope you can feel your hips now, and that you know where you are perhaps a little stiff, where you are perhaps holding on to a little more tension than you thought you were, because that happens often. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Any questions, let me know. Let me see if I can just get your comments here. Excuse this little cough. I'm trying to get better. Let me just see if I can get to your comments. Hold on. Let me see. Wi-Fi is being difficult. All right, guys. Well, I'm struggling to get to the comments, which really, really sucks. I hope you're all doing well after that. Oh, wait, there we go. Boop, boop. I think I got you. Yay. Okay, I think I've got you. Here we go. Got it. Let's see. Red tight. Oh, how I love pigeon pose. Pigeon pose is the best. When we move the leg over, burn the outer side of the leg and hamstring knee is hectic. What can I do to ease? And that is a hectic opening of those muscles. There's very few stretches that we do to do that. So I would just say this is the one that you need to do more regularly. Glutes are really tight from Megan. Second yoga session. Well done, Natasha. I'm so glad you feel less stressed. And I'm glad the views helped you. Such a pleasure, everyone. Hendaks, geniet. Paolo, have rediscovered my hips. These poses will do that, Paolo. Lorraine, such a pleasure. Maki, ek is so bly jy het dit geniet. Lekker dag. Sitabile, I need to get my knees to cooperate in the pigeon pose. Sitabile, knees are a tricky one in the pigeon pose. There are alternative poses that you can do for that. So if you want to send me a message, I would be happy to chat you through that. Everyone, remember, you've still got 5 days, including today, to get your 5 out of 7 dots. Upload your pictures and stand a chance to win one of the epic prizes. And yeah, I look forward to seeing those of you who I'm on accountability groups with. And I will be releasing a new little meditation this week, which is exciting. And other than that, have a beautiful day, guys. Well done for making it to your mat. Please make sure you get another session or 2 in. over the week. And I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.